aviation in the United Kingdom is the first to pull off the masks, battery-powered Cessnas, and more DPE firings on taking off. Hi, I'm Dan Milliken with Chewy, the co-pilot, with the latest aviation news. And this is brought to you by COLTEN Mortgage. It's run by a pilot like us. Let's support our general aviation community. And by Flying Eyes. They've got great glasses for comfort under headsets and helmets. Look at these ophthalmics with the magnetic snap-on. This is awesome. And it's also run by a fellow pilot. And you know what? Let's support them not just because they're pilots, but it's great customer service with COLTEN and credible glasses at Flying Eyes. So let's get to the news. The United Kingdom is leading the charge on removing masks and announced that masks are no longer required on their flights. And this comes after the FAA extended the requirement to wear masks to April 18th. Unfortunately for me, the UK announced this 2 days after I flew 18 hours on a British Airways flight from Africa all the way to the US. Oh well. But the UK removes the mask and the FAA keeps it. What is the science here? Well, the air on commercial passenger airplanes is incredibly filtered. Probably some of the cleanest air you'll find. And honestly, I just can't figure this out. The United Kingdom, when I traveled this last fall, was one of the most restrictive countries I traveled to. It was harder to change gates at Heathrow than to enter France. But now they've had a complete reversal. And I'd be really surprised if the FAA extends past April 18th. The U.S. is about to enter election season, and mandates are taking a toll no matter where you sit on the issue. Regardless, I returned to the United Kingdom at the end of April, and now it looks to be much easier to enter the country. Which, by the way, Christy and I are teaming up with Dean, the founder of Flying Eyes, to tour the UK, starting in the south and ending up at Inverness, way up in the north. We're going to be flying and meeting people, so if you're over in the UK, please say hi. All right, big announcement this week is that TEXTRON has bought the Slovenia-based aircraft company Pipistrel. TEXTRON is the parent of Cessna and Beech and Bell and now Pipistrel. The big part of this announcement is that it gives Textron a missing piece of the puzzle by acquiring an aircraft maker leading the way in electric-powered planes. Its model, the Velis Electro, has European certification, and I'm sure Textron's top priority will be getting the FAA certs as soon as possible. In the meantime, here in the U.S., Florida Tech purchased its first model to start testing for their flight school. And what we're hearing is that the airplane can run about an hour depending on conditions, which isn't too bad for training in the pattern. Remember, you don't have to turn and burn in the run-up area. While waiting, you could just turn off the engine. The development of this technology will be very interesting to watch, and if batteries can be improved, it could game-change flight training. And speaking of game change, Red Bull is about to pull off a huge stunt. On Sunday, April 24th, skydiver pilots Luke Akins and Andy Farrington will each pilot single-seat Cessnas to 14,000 feet over Arizona and then nosedive, kill the engines, each one jumping out of their plane and getting into the other plane and restarting the engine, recovering and landing safely. Hulu is live streaming the event in the US, and Red Bull TV is covering the rest of the world. Remember, Luke is the one who jumped 20,000 feet without a parachute into a net. Not crazy at all. The team has been preparing, planning, and practicing for months, and yes, it does seem crazy, but at least they are meticulously planning and not just jumping from a plane over some random hills and calling it engine failure. Did I just go there? Sorry. Anyway, I actually think this is pretty cool. I'm going to watch it. I know some of you are probably wondering, why even do a crazy stunt like this? And I really don't have an answer for that. But one of the first Mike Patey videos I ever watched was the one where the wingsuit guys fly up to Draco's wings. It was very cool. Hey. All right. Many of you are familiar with the Ken Wedekind story, the DPE in San Antonio who was terminated for not speaking up about backcountry skiing with some tail draggers in a fast virtual seminar. You can catch the interview with Ken here. And as I begin this story, I want to make sure you know there are some really good people working for the FAA, and I'm sure there's more good than bad. But just like any industry, bad apples exist. And until we hear their side of the story, all we have to go on is the reports from the aggrieved parties. And I've tried to get the FAA response, but they're not going to open themselves up to that. And here's the system as it is right now. The FAA can terminate the contract of any DPE without having to even have cause. But when you add bad apples to the FAA side, you can easily get into an arbitrary and capricious situation. The system needs to change. The DPE program needs to have some revisions and some protection. And by the way, there are plenty of DPE bad apples that have been terminated for good reasons. You've got shady ones not performing the check ride and just pocketing the fee, rubber stamping. So it's not just DPE should not be terminated. It should be fair, not arbitrary and capricious. Which brings us to Portland, Maine. A week ago, reportedly on or near the same day, 3 highly esteemed DPEs were terminated by one FAA representative out of the Portland FSDO. There might be good reason, or it might be another arbitrary and capricious situation. There's tons of rumors flying around about the heavy hand of the FAA there. I'm going to dig into it and let you know the facts as I find them, but I don't even want to entertain rumors. Let's get to facts. Expect more info soon. Okay, Sun and Fun is just around the corner, April 5th through the 10th in Lakeland, Florida. I'm going to attend my first one ever. Come say hi. I'll be at the Flying Eyes booth from 1 to 3 p.m. on April 6th and 10 to noon on the 7th. Hopefully see you there. Give this first-timer some advice. What's the one thing at Sun and Fun I should not miss? Tell me in the comments below. All right, that's the aviation news for the week. Chewy's wandering around eating things. Remember, please support our sponsors. It's run by aviators, Colten Mortgage, Flying Eyes, Marshall Security Service. If you buy from them, you support us here at Taking Off. I appreciate you guys, and hopefully see you at Sun and Fun on April 6th and 7th. Remember, superior judgment trumps superior skills. Take care.